Welcome back. It is Monday, February 9th, 2026. And, looking at the calendar, looking at the stack of notes, there's a certain feeling in the air today.
It feels a little like graduation day, doesn't it?
It really does. I mean, we've arrived, the finale,
Yeah.
episode 12. This is the final movement of our whole season on the science of getting rich.
It's hard to believe we're here. After 11 deep dives, picking apart the philosophy, the mindset, all of it.
All the metaphysics. But today is different. Today is where the rubber, it finally meets the road.
That's it. This is the pivot. We've spent all this time building, a mental engine. Today, we put the car on the road and actually drive it.
And that's a scary thing for a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. Reading philosophy, it's safe, it's passive. You're in your comfortable chair reading these beautiful words about formless substance and infinite riches, and you nod and you feel so enlightened.
You feel rich just reading about it.
Exactly. But then you close the book.
And the world rushes right back in.
The kids are yelling, the coffee maker's on the fritz, the inbox is just a sea of red flags. And suddenly, that whole certain way of thinking, it just feels a million miles away.
It does.
And that's the problem, I think, that we're here to solve today. The big realization that reading is passive, but living it requires a system.
That is the crucial distinction. Passive consumption versus active application. All the sources we pulled for this, not just Wattles, but modern commentaries on habit formation, they all point to one thing.
What's that?
You can understand the science intellectually, you could be a professor of it, but if you don't have a mechanism, a real system to plug it into your Tuesday morning traffic jam, it just evaporates. It becomes another nice idea you had once.
So our mission for today is to build that bridge, to take this abstract science and turn it into a concrete weekly rhythm. We want to move from just, thinking in a certain way to what our notes are calling architectural agency.
I love that term, architectural agency.
It sounds a bit fancy. What does it actually mean, though, in this context?
It means you stop being a tenant in your own life and you start being the architect. I mean, think about it. Most people live in a mental house built by their parents, their society, their boss, their fears. Architectural agency is that moment you pick up the pencil and say, no, I'm moving this wall, I'm putting a window here.
It's the structured application of will.
Exactly.
I love that. Okay, before we get into the blueprints for that, I do have a small request for everyone listening.
Sure.
If this episode helps you, please hit like and subscribe for the next one. It really helps us keep this community growing as we move into what's coming next.
Absolutely. So yeah, let's frame the goal. The listener is waking up, it's Tuesday, the coffee's not working, the inbox is overflowing. How do you hold on to that certain way in the middle of all that chaos?
That's the question. And I think it has to start with acknowledging that knowledge requires a system for application.
A container. You need a container for all this information or it just spills everywhere. And to build that container, we need to do a quick recap. We need to look at the certain way loop one last time, just to be crystal clear on the mechanism before we try to schedule it.
Okay, let's unpack that loop. The sources point to, 4 main pillars that keep this engine running?
4 pillars. First, and this is the foundation, is the creative plane.
Right.
It's the whole shift away from competition, from thinking there's not enough, that you have to fight for your piece of the pie, to operating from abundance. Realizing that the supply is infinite because it comes from that formless substance which responds to thought.
So you stop looking at your neighbor's plate,
Right.
worrying they got more than you. You just focus on your own creation.
Precisely. Which brings us to pillar number 2, gratitude.
We've talked about this one a lot.
And it's worth repeating. Gratitude is the mental adjustment. It's not just, saying thank you to be polite. It's a psychological tool that connects your mind to the source of power. It literally stops you from falling into dissatisfaction and complaining.
It's like tuning a radio. Gratitude keeps you on that clear frequency. You stop being grateful, you just get static.
Perfect analogy. The third pillar is clear vision. You can't hit a target you can't see. And Wattles is so specific here. This mental image has to be definite, not just I want to be rich, but a really specific picture of the life you're moving toward.
And then finally, the 4th pillar, where, again, the rubber meets the road, aligned action.
Aligned action.
Yeah.
Doing today's work perfectly. It's the understanding that, thought shapes the future, but action is how you receive that future in the present. You have to fill your present place.
Okay, so we have the loop: creative plane, gratitude, vision, action. But there's this critical instruction in the sources that I think gets overlooked a lot, the idea of guarding the heart, guarding your attention.
This is so vital. I mean, Wattles translates that old proverb, guard your heart above all else, for it is the wellspring of life, into a really practical command.
Which is?
Don't listen to opposing views. Don't consume content that contradicts the vision you're trying to hold.
That is so tough in the modern world. We're doom scrolling, we're watching the news, we have cynical friends. Why is guarding attention so critical to this system?
Because your mind is a creative engine. If you feed it mixed signals, you're going to get mixed results. It's that simple. If you spend 20 minutes visualizing abundance, then 3 hours scrolling through stories about economic collapse, you're just canceling out your own effort.
It creates doubt.
It creates doubt, and doubt is the killer. The sources warn so explicitly against mixing systems. Don't mix this with occultism. Don't mix it with cutthroat competitive strategies. Why? Because it creates a divided mind. And a divided mind cannot send a steady, continuous signal.
It leads to drift instead of drive. It's like you're paddling upstream and downstream at the same time.
Exactly. You have to guard your attention against doubt. That's the protective fence you have to build around this weekly practice. If you let the doubt in, the whole system can fail.
So, okay, we're guarding our attention. We have our loop.
Yeah.
Let's get really practical now. The outline talks about translating principles into execution standards. And I like this phrasing because principles can feel a little vague.
Right.
But execution standard sounds like something I can actually do.
Let's start with the first principle then. Do today's work successfully.
Okay, now when I hear that, my old competitive mind brain immediately thinks, all right, gotta stay late, answer every single email, grind myself into dust.
And that's exactly what Wattles warns against. He says, and this is almost a direct quote, "It is not the quantity of things you do, but the efficiency of each separate action that counts."
So it's quality over quantity.
It's presence. It's about getting over that action bias, where we just run around being busy to make ourselves feel less anxious. The execution standard here is whatever task is right in front of you, writing a report, washing dishes, a meeting, do that one thing with total focus and faith.
Hold the purpose of increase in that specific act.
Yes, success isn't about clearing the whole to-do list. Success is handling the current item on the list perfectly.
And if you do every small act perfectly, the day is a success, and the days add up.
It aggregates, exactly.
Okay, let's hit the second principle. More than fill your present place. This is one that always trips people up. It sounds like you're just telling people to be overachievers and do everyone else's job for them.
I can totally see why it sounds that way, but there's a nuance. Wattles says you advance only when you are too big for your current role. But, and this is a huge but, he says don't do it to please your employer. Don't do it for applause. It's not about being a teacher's pet.
So what is it about?
It's about outgrowing the container. Think of a plant in a pot. The plant doesn't grow to please the gardener. It grows because the life force inside it demands expansion. If you're in a job and you do your duties with such excellence, such surplus energy, that you clearly have more capacity than the role demands, you become energetically too big for that spot.
You outgrow your current role through excellence.
Correct. And the universe, the market, your boss, something has to move you. You can't keep a giant plant in a tiny pot. It either breaks the pot or it gets transplanted. The execution standard is simply growth and contribution.
That flows perfectly into the third principle, which I think is my favorite one. Give more use value than cash value.
This is the golden rule of business on the creative plane.
So let's define it clearly. Cash value is the price someone pays. Use value is what they actually get out of it.
Right. And in a competitive world, the goal is to give as little as possible for as much money as you can get. The sharp bargain. That's trying to get something for nothing. Wattles says that's basically criminal in this system.
Instead, we want to give more. The classic example from the sources is a book. A book might cost, say, $20. That's its cash value.
The paper, the ink, the shipping.
But the idea inside that book, that could change a person's life. That could be worth thousands, millions in use value.
Exactly. And when you consistently give more use value than cash value, you build a reputation of increase. People feel that every interaction with you makes their life better. It builds trust. It creates a vacuum that just pulls opportunity toward you.
It's craftsmanship. It's saying, I'm going to deliver something so good that the price you paid feels like an absolute steal.
And that applies everywhere. If you're an employee, your salary is the cash value. Your contribution is the use value. If you want to advance, your contribution has to vastly exceed that salary. That's how you become too big for your place.
Okay, so we have our execution standards: efficiency, growth, and craftsmanship. Now, let's get to the centerpiece, the weekly practice rule.
This is it. This is where we take the calendar, which for most people is a source of stress, and turn it into a tool for practicing the certain way. The idea is a 7-day cycle to keep the loop active without it being, overwhelming. You don't have to do everything every single day.
I love this already. It breaks it down.
Hmm.
So let's walk through the week. We start with Monday.
Monday is Vision Day.
Why Monday?
Because Monday is usually re-entry. It's the chaos. The emails are piled up. The demands are high. It's the easiest day to lose sight of the big picture and just fall into reactive mode.
So the focus for Monday is just to refresh the vision and simplify the aim.
Yes. Before you check a single email, before you start the grind, you look at your vision statement. You reread that clear mental image. You make sure it's definite and sharp. You anchor yourself in your destination before you even start the car.
Okay, Monday is vision. What's Tuesday?
Tuesday is value day.
Connecting to the use value principle.
Exactly. On Tuesday, the focus is to find one specific way to give more than expected.
Just one.
Just one conscious act. It could be a small thing. Sending a thoughtful follow-up to a client. Taking 5 extra minutes to polish a report. It's about practicing that principle of increase intentionally. You're proving to yourself that you are a creator of value.
I like that. It takes the pressure off. You don't have to be perfect every second. Just make Tuesday the day you really nail that value exchange.
Yeah. Which leads to Wednesday, Channel Day.
Channel Day. This is about the channels of trade, right?
Yes. Wattles is so clear on this. Riches don't just manifest out of thin air. They come through established channels. Business, trade, social order. So on Wednesday, you consciously identify the main channel you're working through.
So if I'm a writer, my channel is my publisher or my Substack. If I'm in sales, it's my client pipeline.
Exactly. And you've acknowledged that this is the mechanism. You focus your effort there. You remind yourself that action flows through established channels. You're not waiting for a bag of money to fall out of the sky. You're greasing the gears of the channel you're already in.
Okay, got it. Thursday.
Thursday is skill day.
This connects to continuous increase in your own talent.
It has to. You can't expect more return if you don't build more capacity. So on Thursday, you pick one skill that supports your aim and you tighten it.
Just one.
Just one. Learn a new software shortcut. Read a chapter of an industry book. Practice a sales pitch. Just tighten one bolt in your machine.
Manageable and consistent. I like it. Okay, Friday.
Friday is relationships day.
This feels crucial.
Hmm.
This is about creative plain speech.
It is. On Friday, you pay extra attention to how you interact with people. Are you conveying that impression of increase? Are you consciously avoiding gossip and scarcity talk?
Ugh, scarcity talk is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, the economy's terrible. Everything's so expensive. It's all going downhill.
That stuff anchors you and everyone around you to the competitive plane. So on Friday, you just reject it. You ensure every single interaction, even with the barista, leaves them feeling that they've engaged with an advancing positive personality.
So you speak increase. You make people feel better about themselves in the future.
Yes, and you keep your agreements. Clean follow-through.
Now we hit the weekend.
Yep.
Saturday.
Saturday is order day.
Order day. Right, it sounds like cleaning the house.
It is, but it's cleaning with a purpose. Wattles talks about the environment being malleable, that you change your environment by acting on it. So you tidy the physical space to support your mental space.
There is something so powerful about that. When my desk is messy, my mind feels messy.
Exactly. Reduce friction. Prep for the week ahead. It's an act of dominion over your space. You're saying, I am the master of this environment. It does not master me.
I love that. And finally, Sunday.
Sunday is gratitude and review day.
A day of rest.
And reflection. Quiet reflection and recommitment. You spend your leisure time contemplating the vision, but, and this is the key phrase, with earnest thanksgiving.
That phrase, earnest thanksgiving, is so profound. It's not just a casual thanks. It's a deep, connected feeling.
It's what unifies the mind with power, and it resets the whole loop for the week to come.
So there it is. Vision, value, channel, skill, relationships, order, and gratitude. That's a complete system.
It covers every base, but it doesn't require you to sprint a marathon every single day.
I want to make this even more concrete. Let's run through a few applied examples. Let's say work, money, and relationships. How does this system apply at work?
Okay, so you're managing a project or you're at your daily job.
Right.
First, you choose your channel. You acknowledge this project is the vehicle for my advancement right now. You don't resent it, you use it.
Okay.
Then you do today's tasks successfully. You don't worry about a crisis that might happen next month. That's tomorrow's work. Worrying about it just steals energy from today. and you remove the scatter.
The distractions.
Yes. Success is doing today's work perfectly. If you're checking your phone every 3 minutes, you're not acting in a certain way. You're acting with a divided mind.
That's the mantra. What about money habits? This is a huge one for people.
It is. The application here is really about purpose. See,
Sure.
impulse spending. It often comes from a feeling of lack, a lack of gratification. You feel empty, so you buy something to feel full for a minute.
The retail therapy trap.
Exactly. But that's acting from the competitive plane. The fix is to reduce that impulse spending and spend with purpose. Align your actions so that every single purchase reflects the vision of your advancing life.
So instead of mindlessly buying a coffee I don't even taste, I save that money for the trip I'm visualizing.
Or you buy the coffee, but you do it with total gratitude and enjoyment, acknowledging it as part of the abundance you already have. The point is, you don't do it mindlessly. You make every dollar serve the vision.
Got it. And the third example, relationships. Family, colleagues.
The application here is simple. Speak increase.
We touched on this for the Friday rule.
We did. It's about making other people feel that they are advancing just by associating with you. This is such a subtle power. When you make people feel bigger and more capable, they want you around. Opportunity flows to you through them.
And avoid scarcity talk.
Absolutely. Complaining about your boss with your coworkers, you are literally cementing yourself in that reality. You're affirming the bad situation. You have to stop.
Speak increase to everyone you meet. It can change the energy of a room instantly.
Instantly.
I want to take a moment and do something a little different. We have a guided exercise in the outline called the Weekly Reset Plus Daily Loop.
Yeah, this is a great way to consolidate everything. For anyone listening, you can do this right now in your head or just listen and try it later. It's a quick mental checklist.
Okay, let's walk through it step first.
Step first, write your vision in one single sentence.
Oof, one sentence. That's hard.
It has to be. It forces clarity. Vague visions get vague results. I want to be rich is vague. I am living in a sunlit house by the ocean, writing my novels is definite.
Okay, step second.
Choose one gratitude focus.
Right.
What is one thing that is currently providing value in your life? Not something you hope for, something that's here right now.
Anchoring in the present good. Okay, step third.
Choose one proof action for today. What is one small act that proves you are moving forward?
So this is that idea that faith is demonstrated through action.
Yes. Faith without works is dead. Pick one thing, sending that one email, cleaning that one drawer that serves as physical proof of your mental state.
All right. Step fourth.
Choose one contradiction you will remove.
Ah, this goes back to guarding your attention.
It does. Is there a news source, a cynical friend, a bad habit that just clashes with your vision? Identify it and just plan to ignore it for today.
Just for today. Manageable. Okay, step fifth.
Choose one conversation you will handle on the creative plane.
So being intentional.
Yes. Plan to bring increase to a specific interaction. Maybe it's a call with your mom or a meeting with a tricky client. You decide in advance, I will leave this person feeling better than I found them.
And the final step, step six.
You just close with a calm recommitment to the process. A quiet moment to yourself to just say, I am on the path. I am doing the work.
That is a powerful little loop right there. Vision, gratitude, proof, remove contradiction, creative conversation, recommit.
It covers the internal state and the external action.
Now, even with a great system, people make mistakes. The sources highlight some common pitfalls. Let's troubleshoot a few.
Okay, the first big mistake is waiting for the perfect opportunity.
I'll start this when I get the promotion, or I'll start when the kids are older.
Right. And the fix is simple. Act on the present environment now. You can only act where you are. You can't act where you are not. So start now with what you have.
Mistake second, worrying about future emergencies.
Yeah, we touched on this. The fix is just to attend to today's business. Trust your future self to handle tomorrow when it gets here. Worry is just a total misuse of the imagination.
Mistake third, acting with a divided mind. That fear and doubt creeping in.
The immediate fix is gratitude. The second you feel that fear, switch to gratitude. It literally realigns the mind. It's almost impossible to be truly grateful and truly fearful in the exact same moment.
That's a good one. Okay, mistake fourth, trying to coerce other people. This is a big one in the book.
It's huge. Wattles says you have no right to use your willpower upon another person, even for his own good.
Wow. Even for their own good.
Even then, coercing others violates the creative law. The fix is to focus your will only on your own thoughts and your own actions. You lead by example, not by mental or physical force.
And mistake fifth, falling back into that competitive sorrow, thinking there isn't enough to go around.
The fix is a mental reset. You have to recognize there is no lack. The supply is formless and it is infinite. If someone else gets the prize, it doesn't mean you lost. It just means you need to get busy creating your own prize from that infinite source.
These are such important guardrails.
They really are. They keep you on the track.
As we wrap up not just this discussion, but this whole season, let's do one final recap. 7 bullets to bring it all home.
Let's do it.
Bullet first.
The certain way is a combination of thought and personal action. You absolutely need both.
Bullet second.
Gratitude is the tool. It's the tool that keeps your mind connected to the creative source.
Bullet third.
You must form a clear and definite mental image and then hold it with faith and purpose.
Bullet fourth.
You must act now on the people and things that are in your current environment.
Bullet fifth.
Efficiency matters. Every single act must be a success in and of itself.
Bullet sixth.
Give more in use value than you take in cash value. Always.
And bullet seventh.
Convey the impression of increase in everything you do.
That is it. That's the entire system right there.
It's simple, but it's not easy. It requires real discipline.
And that really brings us to the end of our journey with the science of getting rich. We really hope this season has given you not just something to think about, but a way to live. Because this book, it's not just meant to be read, it's meant to be practiced. The science is in the doing.
Absolutely. Knowledge that you don't apply is just, it's heavy baggage. Put it down and build something with it.
We are already hard at work on the next season, and I am so excited to announce what's coming. We're staying in this realm of classic wisdom, but from a slightly different angle. The next classic Mosaic Truth series will focus on The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn.
Oh, that is a fantastic choice. It complements Wattles perfectly, but it brings this different, very intuitive and powerful energy. I cannot wait to get into the metaphysics of that one.
It's going to be a great conversation, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. If you want the full series, check the playlist, and please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.